Today's video is sponsored in part by ZHIYUN-TECH, the world leader of handheld gimbals. What's going on, guys? It's Joseph from Seon Media here with my first impressions of ZHIYUN's brand new gimbal, the Crane 2. Now, this is not to be confused with the Crane V2. This is a completely redesigned gimbal from the ground up, the Crane 2. So they've changed a lot of different things. It's a completely new device, and so I've had a couple of weeks. They sent me one ahead of their September 1st unveiling, so I've had a couple of weeks to kind of play around with it, take on a couple of shoots and see how it performs. So I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on it. Unboxing the Crane 2 was a wonderful experience. ZHIYUN pays great attention to detail, and the fact that they include a heavy-duty case for the gimbal, as they have for their previous products, is again a huge plus. I previously unboxed it, so there are some pieces missing in this shot, but ZHIYUN includes 3 batteries, a charger, a couple of camera control cables, paperwork, and of course the gimbal itself. The first thing you'll notice about the Crane 2 is its size compared to previous models. This thing is big. I don't think I can emphasize enough how much bigger this is. This gimbal hit the gym, bulked up, and got himself a girlfriend. It definitely took some getting used to as far as holding the gimbal during normal operation. The base is a lot thicker in comparison to the Crane M, and even the regular cranes, so some moves may require 2 hands. I decided to test out the gimbal with my a6500 and the Sigma 18-35mm lens with the Sigma MC11 adapter. Now, I normally film weddings with the Sigma 30mm on my camera, so this was yet another size adjustment. The camera setup weighs in at a little over 3 pounds, which is well within the new 7-pound weight limit of the Crane 2. To attach the camera to the gimbal, I personally use a different, smaller quick release play system, but with this gimbal, ZHIYUN has included a Manfrotto-based quick release system on the gimbal itself. So for those of you who aren't cheap like me and own Manfrotto tripods, this will be welcome news, as it will make it incredibly easier to switch from a tripod setup straight to the Crane 2. Balancing the Crane 2 is a breeze. ZHIYUN has tweaked the tightening knob system just a little bit this time around, for the better. The new knobs make it easier to ensure a tight fit. Again, for this shot I had done the balancing previously, but it took me no longer than 10 minutes to do it the first time. The Crane 2 includes some additional key updates that make using it a much better experience. To see how these features would affect my experience with it during a real shoot, I decided to use it during an engagement shoot with my friends Lindsay and Drew. The new OLED screen is a welcome addition, letting me know what mode the gimbal is in, and also the battery levels of the gimbal. In addition, when connected to a compatible camera, it displays relevant info based on what mode that camera is in while it's connected. I definitely appreciate the addition of the screen. The Crane M already had stellar battery life, but checking the battery level required connecting it to my phone previously, and I would also find myself guessing which mode the Crane M was in while in use. The new screen solves these minor issues. Another great addition is the ability to charge my camera from the gimbal while in use. By now, everyone is well aware of the absolutely terrible battery life Sony cameras are known for. ZHIYUN has effectively solved this problem. Now, I will need a little bit more time to test it out on an all-day shoot, but I've tested it out briefly and it performs exactly as advertised. The whole point of testing the Crane 2 was to see how well it could potentially fit into my workflow, and as you can see, it's a definite workhorse. Overall, I really enjoyed shooting with the Crane 2. As I've mentioned before, the biggest adjustment is really its increase in size, and while it was jarring at first, I could maybe see myself using it during an actual wedding. ZHIYUN claims 18-hour battery life from the 3 included batteries, which is insane, and given my experience with the Crane M, this should be enough to cover normal usage for several weeks. One new feature I did not get to try out was the new follow focus feature of the gimbal. In my conversation with ZHIYUN, it seems that this is a feature for those who own Canon cameras that could potentially make use of this feature. Overall though, it seems like ZHIYUN has made a concerted effort to improve upon the little things, which improves the end user experience even more. With an increased weight limit paired with the ability to charge my camera and the new screen telling me all the important information I need to know on the go, these are features that make it much harder to go back to my Crane M. So, should you get this gimbal? I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. There's a whole bunch of new features for this gimbal that I really didn't get a chance to put into the video today. But if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down in the comment section below, and I will try my best to answer every single one of them. But yeah, that's gonna be a wrap, guys. Huge shout out to my friend Nathan over at Camera for tagging along for the engagement shoot. All the behind the scenes footage you saw was shot by him on the beautiful Ursa Mini 4.6K, which I really want to be my next camera, but you know what? I'll stick with a6500. But yeah, that's a wrap today, guys. And remember, we've all got a passion. Go out there and find yours.